2010, a commercial airplane flying through international airspace was suddenly forced to land. Not because of a technical failure, not because of bad weather, but because one man was on board. His name was Abdolmalek Rigi, a figure linked to terror, violence, and one of the most dramatic arrests in modern Iranian history. This is the true story of his rise and his fall. This video explores the real-life story of Abdolmalek Rigi, from his early life in one of Iran's most troubled regions, to becoming the leader of an armed militant group, and finally, the operation that ended his life on the global stage. Abdolmalek Rigi was born in the 1980s in Sistan and Baluchistan, a remote and underdeveloped province in southeastern Iran. The region has long struggled with poverty, smuggling, and instability. Rigi grew up in an environment where violence and insecurity were common. He received little formal education, and as a young man, he became increasingly influenced by extremist ideologies, ideas that would later define his path. In the early 2000s, Rigi emerged as the leader of an armed group known as Jundullah, which claimed to represent Sunni Muslims in the region. However, the group quickly became known for bombings, assassinations, kidnappings, and attacks on civilians and security forces. Under Rigi's leadership, Jundullah turned Sistan and Baluchistan into a major security hotspot, and his name soon appeared on Iran's most wanted list. The attacks carried out by Jundullah were brutal and frequent. Explosions at public gatherings, armed ambushes, and executions shocked the country. Rigi released threatening videos, presenting himself as untouchable and powerful. But behind the scenes, his network was under constant pressure from intelligence operations, and internal distrust was growing. The more violent the group became, the closer Rigi moved toward his downfall. One of the most controversial aspects of Rigi's case was his claim of foreign intelligence support. In interviews and later confessions, he alleged contacts with external agencies, claims that fueled international debate and suspicion. Whether fully true or not, these statements pushed Rigi's story far beyond Iran's borders. In February 2010, Rigi boarded a commercial flight traveling from the Middle East. Mid-air, Iranian intelligence forces intervened. The plane was diverted and forced to land in Iran. Without a single shot fired, Abdolmalek Rigi was arrested. Footage of his capture spread rapidly, marking one of the most dramatic counter-terrorism operations in the region. Following his arrest, Rigi appeared on Iranian television and gave detailed confessions. He was charged with terrorism, murder, and armed rebellion. After a public trial, he was sentenced to death. In 2010, Abdolmalek Rigi was executed, bringing a violent chapter to a definitive end. The story of Abdolmalek Rigi is not just about one man. It is a reminder of how extremism grows in unstable environments, and how violence, no matter how powerful it seems, always leads to destruction. If you're interested in true crime, dark history, and real-life cases, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments.